This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. President Trump kicking off a busy week, hosting the Canadian Prime Minister at the White House today.
The two leaders have been very vocal on their different views about immigration and refugees. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest from Washington.
President Trump and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, the North American leaders talking trade, jobs, and immigration.
We are going to have a great relationship with Canada, maybe as good or better, hopefully, than ever before.
Trump and Trudeau, starkly different policies on refugees. Sources tell ABC News the president plans to sign several new executive orders this week on immigration. But he'll continue to defend his first one, banning immigrants from 7 predominantly Muslim countries.
The last thing Canadians expect is for me to come down and lecture another country on how they choose to govern themselves.
The two also announced a new task force for the advancement of women in business. The president's daughter, Ivanka, right there at the table, next to the prime minister.
As we think about how we level the playing field for this generation and for the next. So thank you for being here.
On the national security front, the president's national security advisor, Michael Flynn, is still under fire for contradictory statements about conversations with Russia's foreign minister in December. Members of Congress questioning whether Flynn brought up Obama administration-imposed sanctions against Russia.
If the president still has confidence in General Flynn, that will be okay with me. But the one thing as national security advisor you got to remember is that people have to believe what you say.
Top congressional Democrats are calling for Flynn to be investigated and fired. The White House and even the president have sidestepped repeated questions about Flynn, leaving his fate up in the air. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Now to a developing story involving Jerry Sandusky's son. Jeffrey Sandusky has been arrested and charged with sexually assaulting 2 minors. Pennsylvania State Police detained Sandusky on 6 felony counts, statutory sexual assault, sexual abuse of children as well. He's being held on a $200,000 bond and is prohibited from any contact with minors. Sandusky's father, former Penn State assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky, was convicted of sexually abusing 10 boys and was sentenced to at least 30 years in prison at the age of 68, which is essentially a life sentence.
Now to a new development involving the controversial Dakota Access oil pipeline. Today, a judge rejecting a request by 2 American Indian tribes to halt construction of the remaining section of the oil pipeline until their lawsuit over this project is resolved. The judge says he'll consider the request more thoroughly at a hearing later this month. The tribes requested their temporary injunction last week after Texas-based Energy Transfer Partners got federal permission to lay pipe under a Missouri River reservoir. That's the last big section of the $3.8 billion pipeline that needs to be constructed before it could carry oil from North Dakota to Illinois.
Crews with the U.S. Coast Guard are searching for a missing small plane that never showed up at its destination in Florida, just north of the Suncoast. The single-engine plane took off from Brooksville and was reported missing yesterday afternoon. 3 people were on board. The plane was last spotted on radar about 7 miles south of Cedar Key. Florida Fish and Wildlife and fire rescue crews are helping in this search. No flight plan was filed before this plane took off. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies are thanking 3 boaters for their help in rescuing a family whose boat was taking on water on the Manatee River this weekend. The family called 911, but rescue boats were too far from the area to make it in time. So a nearby deputy went to the Regatta Point Marina and asked 3 boaters for their help. The group was able to pull the 2 men, 2 women, and a baby to safety. Law enforcement says that it may have been a very different ending if not for these 3 Good Samaritans.
Teamwork right there.
Yeah.
Well, for some air travelers, one of the worst parts of flying is going through the security checkpoints.
All this week at the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport, you can sign up for TSA pre-check enrollment that gets you through the process much quicker. ABC7's Ray Collins has the details.
When you go to the airport, chances are there are lines and lines and lines. But now there's a way to reduce the hassle.
It's a lot of convenience.
Deborah Kilpatrick of Bradenton is among those who signed up this week for the TSA pre-check enrollment. The program is not new, but this is just the second time SRQ has had an easy way to sign up for it.
The first one was wildly successful with almost 800 people enrolling.
Airport Director Rick Piccolo says the program makes sense for a lot of travelers.
It makes it a lot easier to get through security a lot quicker, and for those that travel a lot, it certainly is a great value, and for those that don't travel a lot, it's still really nice that the times that you do travel, you go through a lot quicker and not have to divest so many things when you get to security.
I have some medical conditions, plates and things like that, which I thought having this done and pre-qualify for this would save me quite a bit of time.
And Deborah's not the only one today. A steady stream came by to sign up. That includes Dennis Place of Sarasota.
Good. I get very upset going through security. I have a disability from the United States military, and it just upsets me that I had to be searched.
But there is a cost, $85 for 5 years. One skeptic said the more travelers who sign up for this pre-screening, the shorter the lines will be for the rest of us in general boarding. We have more details on our website at mysuncoast.com.
And you have until Friday at 5 p.m. to make it to this enrollment event. At SRQ, Ray Collins, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Ray.
We signed up last time. They were here.
Makes a big difference.
It sure does, yeah. All right, now over to Bob for a check on our weather today. Hi, Bob.
Hi, we've got a weak frontal system making its way through central Florida right now. You can see a little bit of cloudiness right there. Seems like all the fronts this year have been rather weak. They haven't been all that strong. We haven't had any freeze warnings for our area all winter long here, and some frost at times, but not much. High pressure is building in, but it's going to shift off to the east and eventually weaken as yet another storm system approaches from the west. But this front not going to do a whole lot to our temperatures. It will bring an increase in cloudiness, some fog late, and temperatures still above average despite the presence of that front. 71 right now. The dew point is at 65. Now this is near the coast where the west to northwest wind is having an impact. Inland areas still into the mid to upper 70s. Well, more on your weather forecast for the rest of the work week and into the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Businesses in Florida may soon have some extra incentive to give felons a second chance. Under a bill that's been filed for the upcoming legislative session, employers would receive a tax credit for hiring someone who has been convicted of a felony within the last 3 years. Large firms could claim tax credits on 5 employees equal to 40% of the wages paid to that employee. Small or minority-owned businesses would be able to claim a credit of up to 50% of the employee's wages. The state representative sponsoring this bill says the best way to ensure an ex-con never goes back to prison is to make sure that person has a job and a purpose in life after their time is served.
So we want to provide legal means and opportunities for growth and development and give people the chance to define their own destinies once they've paid their debt to society.
So far, neither the House bill nor its Senate companion has been given a committee hearing. Similar legislation has also been filed for the March session that would remove a portion of the job application that asks someone whether they have been convicted of a felony.
Academy Award-winning actress Geena Davis is here on the Suncoast explaining why she's so passionate on changing the mindset in Hollywood. Davis is a guest speaker at the Ringling College Library Association's 2017 Town Hall Lecture Series. She's starred in a number of hit movies, including Thelma and Louise, A League of Their Own, and Beetlejuice. Today, she talked to a crowd at the Van Wezel about her nonprofit, the Geena Davis Institute on Gender and Media, which focuses on increasing the number of roles for women and girls in Hollywood. Davis says she especially noticed a gender bias with entertainment geared towards kids and a lot fewer, more on-screen female characters than male characters.
I feel certain if we change what's on screen, it will also impact what happens behind the camera. And it will change society. We'll start getting used to seeing women in STEM, for example, and say, well, that's very common, like Hidden Figures. We'll see lots of movies like that that show women being brilliant.
Geena Davis will be involved in an evening lecture at the Van Wezel beginning at 7:30 tonight. A new exhibition at Marie Selby Botanical Gardens in Sarasota is blending the natural world with master artwork by the painter Marc Chagall, all while giving visitors a taste of the French Riviera right here on the Suncoast. ABC7 photojournalist Bart Delarmy has a preview.
For Chagall, a flower, it's between heaven and earth, flowers make one forget life's tragedies.
We want visitors to be transported to Marc Chagall's French Riviera.
This loan was pure serendipity. We've never actually loaned to a botanical garden before. It's not typical to do an exhibition where you want to juxtapose what you consider to be the collections of a botanical garden and what you would consider to be the collections of an art museum. And Chagall is one of those great points of intersection because flowers had a real meaning for him.
Marc Chagall has been studied so many times, but never in the context of his love of flowers and never at a botanical garden. So Selby Gardens is making history with this exhibit.
For him, nature was really the measure of what constituted beauty and even hope in our culture.
We received permission to reproduce 6 of Marc Chagall's stained glass windows featuring botanical imagery. And so they set the stage for an unbelievable living plant display that complements the stained glass.
You have this beautiful Sarasotan light that strikes these windows at various times of the day, and underneath them, the foliage and the flowers, the orchids, are just bathed in this variegated light. Chagall would have been so delighted to see his paintings and his life in the mansion.
The exhibition at Selby runs for 6 months and includes many cultural performances, classes, and other special events. Still to come in your Suncoast News, getting relief from aching back pain.
And the best solution may not come in prescription form. A look at the proven methods coming up next in Health News.
In the real estate business, trust is important. It's not just about money, it's a place where we live and create memories. Buying a home is such a big investment, you want to find the right one. You don't want to be sold a home, you want someone you can trust to help you find the right home. I am proud to work at an agency where these values matter. I would love to be your realtor. I am Chandra Boone, and I'm a proud realtor at SWC Properties.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Maine. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Nobody beats Bacon's with Bassett. Rich finishes, beautiful colors, and over 1,000 different fabrics and leathers to choose from. Bassett Custom Furniture at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Right now, all custom premier sofas, upholstered headboards, and ottomans are 40% off. Don't miss this opportunity to get the custom ordered furniture you've been dreaming of for a limited time at 40% off. Only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
If you're like millions of Americans, you suffer from back pain, but what might work best to relieve it may actually surprise you. With more, here's ABC News senior medical contributor Dr. Timothy Johnson.
Here's a new prescription for your aching back, and it may surprise you. Yoga, acupuncture, meditation, and Tai Chi, staples of complementary medicine. And there's something else they have in common. A new report says they may be a better first-line option for your back pain than the over-the-counter Advil or Tylenol in your medicine cabinet. Even better than powerful opioid painkillers. These are among the surprising new guidelines from the American College of Physicians, based on an in-depth analysis of dozens of studies on back pain treatment. The new recommendations explicitly sending the message to patients and their doctors to avoid using any drug-based treatment as a first option. They say the non-drug approaches, exercise, rehab, and these other treatments more commonly associated with Eastern medicine may work just as well or better. Of course, if none of the alternatives work on your back pain, you can still go to medical pain relief. So, if you are suffering with back pain, speak with your doctor. He or she will try to guide you through your choices, and the best choice won't necessarily come in pill form. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
Might have to try out some of those gadgets there. They look good. Let's head over to Bob, take a look at our forecast.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tower Cam right now is showing some beautiful weather out there. We are looking at basically fair skies for the most part. We have had some clouds around earlier today, but generally we're looking at fair conditions. There's a little bit of shower activity well to the east of us right now, but most of it, this here area is going to be eventually generating another front that'll move down. It'll come in on Wednesday and bring with it a chance for some showers on Wednesday, the chance at around 50%. Currently, we have clear skies and 71. The dew point, pretty high still at 65 degrees, and thus we're going to see some patchy fog forming late tonight. The winds out of the west-northwest at 15. That's that sea breeze that has kicked in. The high today, pretty warm, 77. We'll be close to that number again tomorrow. 73 is our average, and 60 was the morning low. 53 is our normal low, and the record low, 31, set back in 1955. So we're starting to get away from the threat of a freeze here as we move into, obviously, the third week of this month. And once we get past it, there's very little chance of getting any kind of freezing temperatures for the most part here along the Sun Coast, and that means we will have gone the winter without a big freeze here. Temperatures into the upper 60s along the area beaches, mid-70s at places like Rosedale and Waterleaf and Parrish, now at 73, 72 in Palmyra, and 71 in Sarasota, 74 Lake Sarasota, and the same now in Osprey and Southgate at 72, 78 in Northport, and 77 now in Port Charlotte, a bit cooler right near the water, where that sea breeze has indeed kicked in with the water temperatures now right around 70 degrees. It's keeping things a little bit cool there. Tomorrow, that front gets hung up right across South Florida, and it'll be enough instability in the atmosphere with that front to create some clouds now and again. So we'll have a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day. Highs will still warm, though, into the mid to upper 70s for most areas. You'll see that in this RPM forecast model showing a mixture of sun and clouds with a few sprinkles possible. Then here comes the next front. This one is a little bit stronger and a little bit cooler behind it. Temperatures will drop behind this one back down to seasonal averages, as I just showed you. That front will bring a few showers around. We're not anticipating anything too rough with this next front as far as severe weather goes. Well, the nor'easter is wrapping up. The snow is for the most part ended in places like Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and New York, getting some lake effect snows there. But it dumped nearly 19 inches of snowfall over parts of the northern New England states. Now we are looking at another storm system developing a little bit further south. This one is going to have an impact on our weather, bringing the rain. Then another one out in the Pacific will eventually generate some energy, and it too will drive another cold front our way on Saturday. So a progressive pattern we're in, and it looks like the next cold front will not be all that strong either. 30 in Boston right now. It's 50 in Rapid City and 48 now in Denver. The same in Wichita. Temperature 72 in Houston. And now in Atlanta, temperatures checking in at 64 degrees. Well, boating forecast looks to be pretty good, although we will see some fog around. East winds turn to the west at 5 knots for Tuesday. Seas running 2 feet or less with a light chop in the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now 71. And we're expecting a high of 74 at the area beaches with a mixture, as I said, of some sun and clouds at times occasionally. Tides upcoming. Low tide will be at 8:35 and a high tide at 1:54. Forecast tonight, some fog late, 20% chance for some sprinkles. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day, looks good, 77. And east winds turn to the southwest. The extended forecast, upper 70s on Wednesday. A chance for showers late and then clearing, breezy, turning cooler on Thursday, and staying close to seasonal averages on Friday. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but I-75 is backed up a little in the northbound lanes. This is near Fruitville Road exit.
A major retailer is deciding to pull some Trump-branded items from its online stores, but Sears and Kmart will not specify how many items, and the company is emphasizing that hundreds of products are still available through its third-party online marketplace. But the decision is another sign of how companies are trying to tread a careful line after President Trump rebuked Nordstrom publicly for deciding to stop selling his daughter Ivanka Trump's clothing and accessories line. The Sears retail chain has been struggling. Last week it announced it may sell more locations and cut more jobs.
More rumors swirling that the next iPhone will support wireless charging. Apple is confirming that it joined the Wireless Power Consortium. The group is dedicated to promoting a single wireless charging standard and has 200 member organizations. Apple is not expected to unveil its next iPhone until the fall, but it will be the device's 10-year anniversary, so expectations are very high for a redesign. We're looking for something really different, or so much better. It's hard to top it when it's already a great product. It's hard for them to keep upping the ante.
But some of the other phone makes do have that wireless charging,
That's
which is
handy.
pretty cool. Yeah. All right, entertainment news is next.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
The outdoors await. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. We're heading out of the studio and into the field to get into shape with SoCo Club Sport. A local Kickstarter project wants to help us relax with nature's beauty. Wait till you see the innovative jelly tank. Plus, Fred Astaire Dance Studio shows us steps to the waltz from La La Land, and Blue Mangrove is in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s. Don't miss the Luxury by the Bay event, Saturday, January 21st from noon till 4 p.m. at Harbor Isle. Water ski show, luxury cars, wine tasting, model home tours, and more.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500 starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Contemporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Diana will be the subject of a new 4-hour documentary miniseries.
The program will be aired over 2 nights on ABC this August. It will include what producers say will be in-depth conversations with those who knew her best, as well as some archival footage of the Princess of Wales. The program will mark the 20th anniversary of Diana's death. She died at the age of 36 in a car crash in Paris on August 31st, 1997. Derek Jeter's wife, Hannah, says that they are expecting their first child together. The Sports Illustrated swimsuit star made the announcement in an essay on her husband's website. It includes a photo of the 42-year-old Yankees legend holding a bouquet of pink balloons. Hannah says Derek already has a name picked out, but she's not settled on it quite yet.
At the box office, a Lego Batman movie opened in first place with an estimated $55.6 million. That easily beat out the racy sequel 50 Shades Darker, which grabbed the second place spot with an estimated $46.8 million. And another sequel, John Wick Chapter 2, finished in third.
And for those who liked the first one, I heard the second one was great. The reviews
of
John Wick.
Really?
50 Shades is the second one too. Haven't heard the greatest reviews on that one, but I have heard good reviews on the John Wick too.
I like the first one. Yeah. A little violent, but
right.
But it's fun.
Good scenes though.
We'll be right back.